Claire Obscure Expedition 33 stole my heart, ripped it to pieces, rebuilt it, and gave it back to me. I was going to say that words can't begin to explain how I feel about this game, but then what's the point of this review? A French company by the name of Sandfall Interactive is to blame for the hours I spent playing this game. It's funny, this is their first and only game, leaving no room for comparison with any of their other products. This game in particular is influenced by mechanics shown in some of the Final Fantasy games, specifically from 8 through 10. Another hugely influential game was Sekiro. This can be shown through the additions of parrying and dodging. The funny part is that Francois Maurice, co-founder of Sandfall Interactive and producer of Expedition 33, was playing Sekiro at the time of development and liked the idea of a reactive playstyle. Before I begin, I'll be avoiding any spoilers on the story, which is amazing. I highly recommend you give it a try. It'll keep you on your toes waiting for the next moment. It'll play with your mind and has twists like no other, unless you have TikTok. I'll be damned if you get to enjoy a game without continuous spoilers coming from social media. Nobody believes in spoiler warnings anymore. Let's first talk about something I disliked. Now, this isn't an over-the-top issue or anything necessarily game-breaking. Where is my save button? There's no quick saving or hard saving. This game automatically saves. I was told by 3 people that I know who have played the game that isn't that bad. Just switch one of your weapons and it'll auto-save. All that just to keep my position after fighting a tough boss and dying. Here's the funny part. I would do that and it still isn't guaranteed. I would have to traverse through the entire map to get back where I was. While not that important, a save button can go a long way. Sandfall Interactive knew how to play around with the atmosphere. They did it perfectly for each and every area. The graphics are stunning. Some areas would be colorful and the music would be lively. Then the opposite can happen, dark and gray with a sorrowful tone. Not only was it the colors and the music, but they also made enemies with a similar idea. Enemies would match whatever environment they were in, giving them a distinct location and feel. Speaking of the music, this game carries possibly one of the best soundtracks in gaming history. Each song has you sitting in combat or the world just listening. Here are some good songs I pulled from some fights and areas without spoiling anything. The characters in this game are interesting. Each and every one of them are well thought out, having diverse personalities, unique designs, and excellent voice acting. Don't get me started on Ben Starr. I can recognize him in any game he's in. I will not lie when I say I've picked a few favorite characters for myself. They go by the names of Esquier and Lune. While I can't talk about their stories, just know that I love them with all my heart. Let's talk about the combat. This game uses a turn-based combat system. I'd say you attack, then they attack, but it's very different from a traditional one. You'll get times where you can have more attacks, but also the opposite. There are many ways to avoid taking damage in combat. You can parry the attack or dodge the attack. Additional mechanics include jump parries and gradient parries. While these add more ways to parry, it can get pretty overwhelming having to do every single mechanic. I personally, after a point, began to ignore the dodges and only use parries. Parrying was a better option anyway, as it'll give you a counterattack after successfully parrying the entirety of the attack. You also gain action points, AP for short, on each individual parry. This allows you to bust out more powerful skills when needed. Speaking of skills, each character in your party gets 6. They all have well animated animations coming with them as well. You can learn a variety of skills located in your skill trees. Some also gain bonuses when specific conditions are met. This can get quite confusing at times, but if it's highlighted in orange, you probably did something right. If you don't have enough AP on your turn to use a skill, you can always do a basic attack or use an item. Items are self-explanatory. You have 3 items only. One that allows you to heal a party member, one that allows you to revive a party member, or one that gives a party member additional AP. All of these refill when you rest. You rest at expedition sites, similar to bonfires in Dark Souls. While this combat system has a lot going on, it feels fluid. I kinda like it. Now, I am not a big fan of extremely open world environments, but this game does it pretty well. You won't ever get lost while adventuring. You'll always have a marker leading to your next main objective. You'll also get objects to interact with, allowing you to quickly go back to previous areas. It makes the open world feel less overwhelming. One final thing I would like to talk about is the menus and customization of characters. I've already talked about skills, so no need to delve in further. Every time you level up, you gain 3 attribute points to distribute into your character's attributes. These include Vitality, Might, Agility, Defense, and Luck. Vitality deals with health, Might deals with attack damage, Agility deals with speed, Defense deals with damage reduction, and Luck deals with a crit chance. While they all level different things, sometimes you level an attribute depending on your weapon. Your weapons gain bonus damage with the combined scaling of different different combinations of 2 attributes. The game will shove many different weapons into your inventory as you fight random enemies, but once you find one that you like, you can stick with it for the run. I found a really strong weapon at the start and haven't switched off of it the entirety of the game. Weapons can be upgraded so they can keep up with your party's level. You'll also get pictos and luminas to add to your characters. You can think of pictos as like rings in a Dark Souls game, giving minor effects to the character you equip them on. Luminas are additional bonuses you could add after using a picto in combat 4 times. After the 4th time, it turns into a lumina that you can throw on any of your characters. You are limited by lumina points, but you get plenty of these throughout the game when collecting the color of lumina scattered across the world. I do, however, think this can get pretty complicated as there are a lot of options to pick from. In all honesty, I have no problem calling Expedition 33 the game of the year for now. I haven't delved into Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which was said to be a contender by many players. Also, with more games coming out like Ghost of Yotei in October, we'll just have to see if anything is up for the competition. This is Tobi. I can say we've completed this quest.